What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter from Panda here. Hey, just got this Phoibos watch here in my possession, and I want to show it to you because I'm pretty excited about this one. I've been waiting to check it out. It is called the Reef Master, I believe, and I've seen some videos already on this because it's going around YouTube, and I'll put a link to some of the other channels that are checking this out. But I've been really excited about checking this one out because I will say, at first glance, and I will say this is a new watch. It's actually may not even be out to the public at the moment, but it's not my watch, and it's just kind of going on to the next dude who's checking this out, and I'm not sure exactly who that is yet, but probably smarter and better looking than me is probably a safe bet. But I wanted to check this one out because it really struck me as looking really, really beautiful. I mean, you know, not just in terms of the Phoibos' other watches, which have been really quite nice watches and like I said, great value watches, but just as a whole, this one kind of ticks all the boxes for me. So first of all, it has this black leather strap. It almost looks like a neoprene. Blue stitching, which is a really good color match to the blue that you see there on the second hand and on the minute hand there. It also comes with some other stuff, including the books here, and then this rubber strap. Now, I believe it comes with both of these straps included. And if you check out Aaron's at the OFD channel, I think he showed it with this strap on, so that was pretty nice. And it gives it a real diving look, but I really like this leather, and I think this leather band, at least to me, I prefer it, but it also seems like it is kind of weather and water treated. It just feels a little bit like that. Phoibos buckle right there, nothing overly special about it, just kind of a brushed finish with Phoibos on it. And you know, that all looks great, and I just love the color match of it. But what I want to show you here is that I just think this watch looks de bomb. So first of all, as you can see here, we have a 316L stainless steel case. We have a couple of finishes. We have this chamfered edge, or this beveled edge right there that's polished, but then we have brushed top and bottom, and with the sweeping lugs here, very traditional. We have a very like mechanical coin edge all the way around the bezel, and as you can see here, clicks unidirectional, and really smooth action, really distinct loud clicks. I'm going to get it all the way back up here to the top. And then if we look at the dial itself, you know, let's start outside in. Let's look at this bezel. It looks kind of like a ceramic bezel. I'm kind of guessing it's really a highly polished black, really beautiful. Obviously minute markings, you know, except for the 1 through 15, and that would be your kind of dive indicator. But I love in double dome sapphire crystal here how it meets with the bezel. I mean, it's just really all perfectly met at the edge here. You know, the crystal maybe hovers just a little bit above it, but I like that the bezel isn't kind of flat, and then the dome of the crystal kind of is an abrupt change. Just it really feels like a unified piece, almost like the watch has been hand lapped all the way together. So I think that's really great looking, and it just kind of creates this really slick look that to me kind of almost looks like the Oris dive watches. You know, those are just really shiny, kind of, they're like all flat, but it just has a nice unified look on the front, and I think this does it. And you know, and that's a high compliment. I really love what Oris is doing these days. Now we do have like this matte black dial, and we have the octopus logo at the top for Phoibos, but the best part about it is the sandwich dial. So what you can see here is that the dial is like punched through, and you can see it at the 9, the 6, and the 12 o'clock. You get these, you know, three-dimensional, might be a little hard to see there, but you get the numbers punched out, and so what you're seeing is like the backing to that dial plate, which is really awesome. You know, other watches have done this, and I really love them. I just think that they're so cool. Like U-boats have done them, TCMs, the Terracier Lamars, Panerais have done some of that. They just look great. It's just kind of a highly technical, and other brands too that aren't coming to mind, but I just love that. It kind of gives it a little bit of like a high-tech look, that 3-dimension of like just craftsmanship, and man, every time I see it, I just really dig it. What you'll also see here is we have minute markings that are in that kind of tan, that like kind of slight off-white color that you would see here, which is all lume. And then the hour markings here, the little pips, are blue. And what you have is like lume around here and lume where you would think that you'd have it. And the loom itself is blue, and I just really like that. I just showed you another watch that has the blue loom, and I just love it because, you know, loom is par for the course, but, you know, most of the loom is just kind of that, you know, fluorescent green or fluorescent tan, fluorescent, and the blue is just kind of new and exciting, and I really love it. You definitely notice it when you see it. We have some pretty straight hands here, the pip on the second hand, and what you can see here is it's a diving watch, 300-meter automatic, and that's where, boom, let's flip this bad boy over. Lastly, I'll show you that that octopus is on the crown there as well. Just really cool. You can feel it. Pretty awesome. Then if I flip it over and we look at the movement, oh, we don't have the movement to look at, but we do have this like laser etched backing plate, and the movement back here I believe is a Seiko NH35, so you know, a proven reliable movement, obviously time and date. And if we go ahead and unscrew the crown here, and the crown, it's actually very similar, you can see here, to the coin edge on the bezel itself too, so they match very similarly, almost look like a rack and pinion. But I've just popped it out there, and now I can wind it here. Might be able to hear that. If I pull it out one position, I think I'm to the date, so counterclockwise rotation, and I'm able to adjust the date. And then if I believe it's the last position here, now I can get to the time setting. Cool, and I can also get it out of the way of the octopus. As you can see, they're hacking seconds as well, and then we'll go ahead and push it in and screw that in there. The last thing I will say about this is that the watch, as we throw it on here, is 42 millimeters, so it's kind of a Goldilocks size for me personally. About a 7-inch wrist, and 42 millimeters is just super wearable, has nice presence. You know, the watch is a little bit thick, which I absolutely love. And what I will say about this is that, man, what would you think this would cost? I mean, the Phoibos watches are just ridiculously good value too. And in this one in particular, like I said, it has all of the good looks of the Oris dive watches, and it has a lot of those little elements that I love, like on the Panerais and TCMs and U-boats and all those others. I mean, and I love blue. It's my favorite color. And man, this just looks like a finished watch. It just feels great. And I would say at $500, this is a really good value. But it's not $500, it's like $230. And so that's where I just kind of fall out of my chair on these Phoiboses, because not only do they look great, but man, just a smoking good value. An automatic watch with a proven, reliable automatic movement, just amazing construction, and, you know, sweet looks to boot. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this bad boy. So check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description, so even if it's a pre-order, you can get in on it. But at this point, they may already be out there for consumption by everyone. But man, this is one I'd love to hold on to. Yep, I definitely would. Pretty cool. So you should pick one up, because I just might. Keep it on Panda. Out.